In this hour, in our Weird and Wonderful feature, a very good friend of the show's, a very good friend of mine, is going through a very, very important milestone in his spiritual journey. He is going to be ordained in real terms. I don't even know what that means, right? So he's going to explain that to me. But he's going to be ordained now proper as an ordained monk. And you know him as Spura the monk. Some know him as Savyasachi das Prabhu. He's also known as Savvy the monk, and he is a man that I've had some deep and sagacious conversations with around issues of spirituality. As somebody who is a student of and searcher of spiritual truths, I find the conversations that I've had with Spura the monk deeply edifying and educational in the spiritual sense. And I'm hoping that tonight's conversation, as we delve into it, is not going to be one that is going to depress you. Because I want to talk about a subject that is all around us, overwhelmingly so at the moment. And that is the subject of death and grieving. I don't think that in the history of mankind we have seen so much death at such alarming frequencies. I don't think that we've seen so much death, whether it is because of criminality, whether it is because of disease, whether it's because of natural disaster, but it just feels to me as though death and grieving has become commonplace. But the pain that it inflicts on our souls, individually and collectively, we don't get used to. I was listening to a Mfundisi, a pastor, at a funeral not too long ago, who said, "Isn't it interesting that death and grieving has been with us since the beginning of time, but we don't get used to it?" And so I want to talk about that, and I'm almost confident that Spura is going to bring a positive spin to this conversation, as he always does. But before he does that, I want to know, Spura, good evening to you, and thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it.
Good evening, Aubrey. Good evening, 702 listeners.
So you're going to be ordained. What does that mean?
Yes, so this is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness.
Right.
And life is divided into 4 stages. Student life, householder life, which is marriage life. Then there's the retirement stage, and then ultimately the renounced stage. So I've been in student life. I didn't go into married life. And so now I'm entering into the order of the renunciates, meaning giving body, mind, and words to the service of the Supreme Lord. In this case, Krishna consciousness means just use this life to align your will with the Supreme Will and dedicate your existence to encouraging others about the spiritual objective of life.
Haven't you been doing that all this time?
I have, but with this, then there's a greater responsibility, and it carries a lot of faith for those who are following the path. And it is the stage of monastic life where no more going back. If one from this stage decides to get into some marriage situation, it's as good as eating your own vomit.
That's it.
So it carries that spiritual authority, and there's a lot of reverence given to the position of the.
So what are you gonna have a different title now?
Yes.
What are we gonna call you now?
It will be Swami, or it could be Goswami, but the address comes with His Holiness.
Oh yeah.
Such and such. Yes.
So we can't say Braspura the monk anymore.
You have to call me Swami something.
My brother, man, you know that my irreverence comes from love, man.
No, that's perfectly fine, Aubrey. For our setting, we're brothers for life.
Yeah. Yes. So it'll be okay for me to say Spura the monk continued.
We have to rebrand.
Okay,
Around
but
Swami.
I want to do it properly. I mean,
yeah.
so will it be what do I want to what should I call you? Swami Buddha the monk.
After this, the title for address is Maharaj.
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 Isn't that a somebody's surname?
Yes, there is a surname, Maharaj. Maharaj, Maha means great king. It's an honorific
Okay.
for either financially savvy people or spiritually accomplished persons are given this title of Maharaj.
It's like Kung Fu. You know, I was speaking to a very good Chinese friend of mine, and he said the mistake that most Westerners make about the term Kung Fu is that they think it's just about martial arts, as in the fighting arts. But Kung Fu actually refers to the reaching of a certain milestone in anything that you've chosen to do. If you are a potter, you can be a Kung Fu potter. If you are a maker of brooms, you can be a Kung Fu. It's just a certain level of excellence that you reach that gets into that level. All right, very cool, man. So, but you got to tell me. I want to know what is the appropriate way to address you once you've hit that scale. What would be the right way for me? Because I think it's important of us all to be respectful of that. Yeah.
Yes. No, it will be Maharaj.
Maharaj.
Yes.
So, but like Maharaj Spura.
Then the name is still not given yet. I'll know also. It's happening on Sunday.
Oh, so you get a name on Sunday.
Yes.
Excellent. It sounds very African, this thing, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but it does sound very African. You know, when the guys go to the mountain and they get initiated, they get a name there too.
Yes.
They receive a name. So at every skama, there's a name that you are given that signifies the fact that you've now reached that milestone in your path. So it's a very interesting thing that people's names, and not even amongst the Jewish people, we read it in the Bible that when Saul changed to Paul, when Jacob changed to Israel, there's always the changing of names. I wonder what that signifies. What does that mean?
It's to deepen your meditation about the particular service that you're going to do or the stage that you've reached. Also, the names can be given to connect you to particular persons who have been distinguished in that. I mean, in my lineage, it will be names in relationship to Krishna, the Supreme Lord's different qualities,
right,
or different powerful saintly persons who have followed the path of monkhood.
You know what you and I should talk about one of these days, the issues of names. So I think it's a very, very important thing, and I see it as I think about it now that it's quite universal. I mean, the Native Americans also take the issue of names very seriously at certain points of their path. So they get initiated into a certain stage, right? They get initiated into that stage, and then they receive a name. I know that the next time I see you, I'm going to be calling you Maharaj, right? And of course, the ordained name that you have been given. I want to say to you that for the few years that you and I have been having conversations about various aspects of life, spirituality, the divine, the mundane, it has been an absolute revelation for me. And I think if you can be given a discount for the work that you've been doing, and somebody is to be asked to stand as a witness of whether or not you are deserving of that discount, I will be amongst those that stand up and say, no, I know this man. He's done well. And so I want to say to you that as you enter this phase of your calling, may you be blessed, may you continue to be a blessing. May you continue to provide us with deep wisdom. May you continue to be a proud servant of the calling that you've been given. Buddha, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aubrey.